Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, one company just had its quarterly earnings, it's Walt Disney World, and we wonder how is Walt Disney doing as far as their cruise ships are concerned, considering they just launched the Wish and they have another brand new cruise ship coming out, the Treasure. I wonder how they're doing. We also have Royal Caribbean closing an attraction that a ton of people are a little angry about. All right, as well as canceling an entire destination. That's right. Hey, you thought you were going to go there? Well, we're not going there anymore. We're going to go here instead. And yeah, that's the entire season they're changing once again. First off, let's talk about the attraction that's closing. Perfect Day at Coco Cay, the basic huge water park, the over-the-water bungalows. People are now making that part of their destination. They want to go to Perfect Day at Coco Cay or Coco Key, depending on how you say it. But let's face it, Perfect Day at Coco Cay rhymes. It just kind of makes sense to say it that way. And by the way, I've been in seminars with Royal Caribbean, and that's how they pronounced it during the seminars. So I'm going to take them at their word that that's the word we're supposed to use. All right, well, they're closing that hot air balloon ride that rises up hundreds of feet over top of Perfect Day to give you an aerial view of the island and the waters and the ship off in the distance. Get some amazing pictures and everything from up there, but they're now closing it. And not just for a week or so, they're closing it for a few months. And people have been notified that if they book that as an excursion at Perfect Day, that ride is now canceled, leaving a lot of people a little upset. I get things need maintenance, folks. You know, if you go to Walt Disney World, chances are something at Walt Disney World is closed for maintenance. It has to get done for safety reasons, but I know how it can be very, very disappointing. Another thing that could be very disappointing is, hey, you booked a Panama Canal cruise, and the cruise line said, oh, by the way, yeah, we're not going there now. In just a few more months, the Rhapsody of the Sea is supposed to start making a Panama Canal cruise during the season, back and forth. They decided they're not going to do that now. They're not going to traverse the Panama Canal at all in 2023, 2024 on the Rhapsody of the Sea. Instead, they're going to go to the ABC Islands, basically making it a Caribbean cruise. Now, they say you have three choices. If you book this cruise, you can book another, you can keep the cruise, and you will be refunded the difference if the price drops. You can, if you cancel the cruise all out and get your money back, which you can, you will also be offered $200 for American travelers or $400 for international travelers for non-refundable transportation costs. So if you spend $2,000 on your airfare and it's non-refundable, you might be able to get $200 or $400 back depending on where you live. That's one option, or you can transfer your cruise to any other Royal Caribbean cruise and pay the difference or get money back if it's a cheaper cruise. And that's the only compensation being offered. Normally a cruise line will throw in, you know, if you keep the cruise, we'll give you a $100 onboard credit per stateroom, or we will do something, right? A 25% future cruise discount, something. In this case, they're not doing absolutely anything extra. Which is a little surprising. It's actually a little surprising to hear Royal Caribbean not doing that, canceling it on cruises that are occurring this year. It's not like they have a year or two to make different alternative plans. Some of these cruises are leaving in a matter of months. So yeah, a little disappointing once again for that. Also, we have Disney just had a quarterly earning. I believe it's the third quarter of their year, because their year starts like the first quarter of 2022, and it's the second earnings call this year. Second quarter. It's one of the earnings calls, but they were very bullish on their parks and cruise lines, saying that, especially the cruise lines, future bookings are 98% booked. Like they're sailing at capacity, 98%. And that sounds like a really good number until you actually break down cruising numbers. Remember, if you have a cabin that holds 4 people, a full cabin at 100% is counted as 2. If you put one more person in that cabin, that's now at 150% capacity in that cabin. And Disney Cruise Line is a cruise line that caters to children, right? Families. It caters to those family vacations. So most of their cabins are ready to accommodate another passenger or 2 or 3 passengers in that cabin. So for them to say that they're only sailing at 98% capacity is actually kind of low when you consider that Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, Princess, Carnival, all are at 105 to 115% capacity right now, because when you count out those extra passengers in those staterooms. And if you have a solo passenger in a cruise, because they pay double, it still counts as 100% full. But you throw in those extra passengers and now you're sailing over the 100% if you have a full ship. The Icon of the Seas, when it sets sails, will probably be around 120, 125% capacity on its first inaugural sailings, because everyone wants to get on that ship, and they are a big ship with a lot of multi cabins for a lot of different people, right? You can have up to 6 people in some staterooms, and adjoining staterooms, etc., etc., etc. So I don't know if them saying that, hey, we're at 98% is really as good as they're letting on that it is. Disney is rumored out there a lot right now. Their parks in Orlando are actually down when it comes to attendance. The good news is it's offset by places like Hong Kong and Shanghai, has offset the losses from the Orlando parks, but the Orlando parks are the money makers for the Walt Disney Corporation. And if attendance starts going down and their cruise lines aren't filling at the capacities that other cruise lines are doing, perhaps it's time for them to maybe readjust their game plan and make some changes out there so they don't fall even further behind than they already are. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.